Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and all of the participants of this competition. First, let me introduce myself. My name is Firdi Athaya. I am from Senior High School 1 Lembo in North Morowali, Central of Sulawesi. Ladies and gentlemen, as the first speaker of the opposition team, I really disagree with this motion that this house prefer the strategy of pushing for institutional reform to address police abuse and misconduct rather than defunding the police. Ladies and gentlemen, defunding the police means reallocating or redirecting funding away from the police department to other government agencies and programs. Ladies and gentlemen, defunding doesn't mean abolish. So, nowadays, police departments are also often outfitted with surplus military equipment, increasing police firepower and the attitude that police are at war with communities, which can escalate situation to violence. Organizations such as MPD 150, which certified the Minneapolis Police Department, argue that the police system is actually not broken. It's working as it always has. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you my reason why defunding the police is the better solution for all of these problems. First, it's because the police departments are historically oppressive and violent. Defunding them could reduce the violence against people of color and overall crime. Secondly, police officer and police department reform have not worked at all, ladies and gentlemen. And the third, police are not trying and were not intent to do many of the jobs they perform. Defunding the police allows experts to step in. Ladies and gentlemen, the idea of defunding or divestment is new to some folks. But the basic premise is simple. We must cut the astronomical amount of money that our government spend on law enforcement and give that money to more helpful services like job training, counseling, and violence prevention programs. We all have a little evidence, if any, to show that more police surveillance results in fewer crimes and greater public safety. Indeed, funneling police into communities of color and pushing officers to make arrests, this perpetuates harm and trauma, ladies and gentlemen. By shrinking their massive budget, we can help end decades of racially driven social controls and oppression, as well as address social problems at their root, instead of investing in an institution that further oppresses and terrorizes communities. Ladies and gentlemen, in addition to divesting from police and reinvesting the savings in non-punitive programs that benefit public safety and health, there are other critical steps we need to take to foster the systemic change people across the country. We are calling for first, and the enforcement of minor offenses that drive street level harassment. Secondly, ban pretextual stops and consent search that act as common mechanism for police to engage the racial profiling and circumvent legal standards. Ladies and gentlemen, the third is we're calling all the people across the country for implement common sense, civilly and criminally enforceable legal constraint, so there will be only rare instances in which officers Ladies and gentlemen, for too long, the focus on police reform has been dominated by reforms that try to reduce the harm of policing rather than retain the overall role of police in society. So, we are coming together to demand that many have known has been the solution all along this way. That the better solution of this problem is defunding the police. That's all from me. Thank you for listening. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.